Okay, so here it goes. So normally I've been commenting a lot of matches between my Portuguese national team mates. And I comment games for mainly two reasons. One is to help myself because I see that I learn sometimes a lot more by commenting matches and thinking about things when I don't have my own emotions in line, like when playing. And also to support the Portuguese community and to help the community. So I'm very used to do these videos. I've done quite a few of them, a few dozens in Portuguese, but this was first one in English. But because Tripleskull played this final of the SuperLeague Cup, which should have been me versus him. But it's someone that I quite like, Tripleskull, and I thought, okay, I will comment on the match. I will say comment and not advise or anything because he plays Blood Bowl better than I do. So probably he did things that I wouldn't do myself or watch because I wouldn't know better. But still, I said I would comment it and give my thoughts. I haven't seen the match. I know the final result, but I haven't seen the match at all. So it will be my first time watching it. And on the semifinals, Tripleskull beat, I think, was it Regor on the semifinals? I'm not sure. So I think so. Probably my Portuguese national team mate, who I also have a very good relationship with and play a lot together with. And I played Cymob and I lost to Cymob. Played badly. I got a bit tilted due to a few early casts, and then I did a few very stupid mistakes. So Cymob is definitely worth winner to be here. So this is SuperLeague Cup. So it's important for those who don't know it also to know that it's a playoff. So it has overtime in case there's a draw on the regular time. And that also impacts the way people play, right? Because I want to save rerolls. I might want not to risk so much or risk my player's health so much if I know that I might be playing 8 extra turns in the overtime. So I don't see who won the toss. So Tripleskull won the toss and chose to receive. Of course, he wants to hit the Amazons first. AV8. They're strong because of the dodge, but yeah. Let's start. So I like the deploys from both teams. I like the deploy from Cymob that has like the triangles with the strength 4 pieces in the corner, which doesn't give Tripleskull any good blitz unless he wants to leave someone in contact, or he goes a bit deep to hit the ones in the back. And Tripleskull, I also, of course, really like his setup. Quite safe against the blitz, and he will carry in the sure hands blitzer, which I also think it's a very good idea against Amazons. Okay. The usual diagonal blocking in order to make sure that you can maximize the number of blocks. And here, because he was quite safe, so I think it's quite okay. So he doesn't really need to bring anyone back. Okay, he's risking the... I think it makes sense. So it's the only blitz he can really do if he wants to hit these girls and not this one. So I think it's nice. Probably this one will come here. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, the other guy, I also agree with it. So he's essentially blitzing the AV8 pieces, which are easy to remove. And don't hold the risk of hitting the stand firm and being there and being blocked back. So you really don't want to give blocks at this point to your opponent. In this match, and to be honest, in any match. So. I will also try to predict a bit, and because I'm doing this more on the Tripleskull side of things to analyze maybe what I would do, even though I really suck with nobility. Yeah, I suck with nobility. I think that's the biggest point here. So if he stands this guy up, he can blitz this one, hit this one with the tackle, but then this guy will still be in contact with the guard piece. Has a 55% chance of then rolling a die here. So, but still, I don't want to dodge this guy on a 4+, and I don't want this one to be hit. So I think I would probably do that. Okay, a lot of contacts here. Also because okay, he's already getting some space here. So I guess he will probably just send this one up and hit this one. Okay. He's super safe. This one, someone needs to come here or so, or here, yeah. Okay. Here, yeah, of course, this is great, right? And I think this one here makes it very safe, so there's no crazy dodges through here. They could do a 4+, 3+ if this guy wasn't here. But I would also like to have someone here, maybe, so that they cannot come pester me in the back and pressure me into advancing, because I really don't want to score right now, because yeah, they need a few dodges, but essentially they can try to split his team apart here. So if the Amazons create like a line around here, so these guys are at least for a bit isolated. Depends, of course, on this how this line is built. But a lot of times I try to do things like this, so try to split the other team apart so that I have a numerical advantage on one hand and put in a lot of pressure on the other guy. All these things are also much easier to see when you're spectating and commenting a game rather than playing. At least for me, when I watch my games, sometimes I really wonder how some things weren't different. Yeah, here I would like this to be occupied so that Tripleskull could not return to the middle, because I think that's what I would do right now if I was Tripleskull. I would blitz this guy, try to get someone through here. Oh, not even blitz, right? Because this guy can be just blocked, so now he will be blitzed probably. He's down and stunned. Yeah, I think I would bring someone. Yeah, here, yeah. I can hear the ball hit him here. Very, very safe. Even if he would hit this one and hit this one, there's no one who could go around and hit the ball, and the ball is a bludger. So, very, very safe. Armor breaks on bodyguards are always tough. I think the Amazons here have about the same movement on average as the nobles, so it's not like someone can outmaneuver the other a lot. Now he's doing the Amazon. I will put everything in contact thing. Probably he will now sacrifice this one to the tackle piece. Okay, now. Yeah, at this point, if I was the Amazon, I would probably tag the tackle piece. Of course, it's a hit, but then it will always be a hit with the tackle piece. And now the tackle piece chooses where they want to go. Now giving, yeah, Tripleskull is coming back to this side, but now Okay, we dodges. Now it's harder for the Amazons because with this dodge and this guy here, it's becoming increasingly difficult now to go to the front. And these two guys, so this is very well played by Triple. So these two guys are out of the game right now. I even wonder why Cymob is blocking people and rolling dice without moving these at least one of them somewhere. So he might want to tag the bodyguard. I can understand that, but the other one, I'm not sure why it hasn't been moved yet. Okay, because it's the Blitz? But could have done it before, I guess. I don't like leaving this bodyguard untagged. So I think the whole turn ordering here was a bit messy by Cymob, and I think he really wanted to leave this guy tagged by a skillless line woman. It's a very good exchange of value here. Once again, much easier said than when watching than when playing, but okay, I'm a bit confused. Here. I'm not sure what Cymob wanted to do because I would say that an augur blitz here opens a highway for the team to go through. That Hamilton who moved there had to be either here or here. Very confusing. He will probably then tag one of them. Okay, I'll go there. Okay. It's dangerous because it's a wrestle piece, so I understand why he didn't tag it. The block or wrestle piece are dangerous to tag because he can 2-up heal without a lot of risk. Oof. A bit. Okay, yeah, he doesn't. Okay, he doesn't want to do the rushes, but wouldn't the rushes be? Okay, now I get it. Yeah. I got it. He needs this one to come here. So he needs this one here. But okay. But it's a dodge. Hold on a second. Shouldn't the rush just be better there, or am I missing something? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no moles under the pitch, right? No, it's only trapdoors. Bit confused here. Maybe it was a misclick? Because he did a 3+ to not do a 2+. Okay. Reroll on the rush. Had to be. I think it's good to move forward early against Amazons because they're very annoying with all the basing and yeah. You don't want to tag where the tackle can immediately hit you. Okay, what would I do if I was Tripleskull here? I tend to be very conservative on taking risks to score, to stall. A lot of times I would rather just score. Of course, first move all the pieces that are on the ground, but then what I would do is I don't see any chain pushes here that are good at least. I cannot fill that square. I cannot fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now I can fill this square, but then there's no one to bleed from here. It was well played by Cymob. So the position, he really made it more complicated for Tripleskull here. Well, one of the options is just to one deep blitz here, follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but has to dodge. So it's a 1 in 6 to fail into a 1 in 9 to fail. 1 in 6 is actually 1 in 36, right? Because he has 2 rerolls. I'm curious. Let's see what he will do. Okay, he will dodge. It's the 1 in 9. Okay, because this makes it 2 dice, so... Yeah, I am unsure if this was the best option, because if he had just 1 dice... Well, mathematically, direct mathematics, so if he really needed to score, I think this is worse, because, yeah, he fails this dodge on 1 in 9 with the reroll, and the block he always fails on a 1 in 36 with a reroll. But, and that's maybe because why Tripleskull did it, is because this 1 in 36 failing is actually much worse than this 1 in 9 failing because of the ball being dropped. So I can see why, but still, with the wrestle piece here, and these 2 pieces here, if the dodge had failed, probably the ball was lost anyway. So I still believe probably 1 dicing into dodging would have been better here than dodging with the 3+. Oh, wait, no, because I'm forgetting that the both down here, it's actually quite bad. Yeah, no, Tripleskull is completely right. So it's not a 2+, actually this is a 3+, because a both down here means that you will not, a both down here means you will be stuck here and hit. So it would be a 3+, the 1 dice. So if we're doing, and then I'm 100% sure Tripleskull is right and what I was saying before was wrong, because yeah, you need to push. So both down is not enough. So in this case, because it's a 3+, it's of course better to do a 3+ without the ball than a 3+ with the ball. 100% correct, and I was 100% wrong. Okay, he scored. I think he needed to score. It's also very good for nobles. Nobles can really stop the 2-turner. Really hard to 2-turn against nobles with the Amazons particularly. If you have hell elves, there's things you can do, but not with Amazons. I think still what he should probably do is at least what I would do if I was the Amazon, I would still blitz one of the bodyguards and even reroll if I didn't get a POW or a stumble. Or put the guard here, or even better, put the guard there and wrestle them. Because then, well, wrestle or block, right? Because they need to choose wrestle, so both down also works. This is probably what he will do. Nah, but... Oh, it's a 3-turner, sorry, it's not a 2-turner. Okay, so there's not so much urgency. I would still hit the guy and pass someone to the back. I don't like what Cymob is doing. He's not really advancing, right? And it's nobles, you need to advance. You cannot let the stand firm guys block your way forward. Because right now Tripleskull has 2 mobile blitzers that can just sweep someone who passes, and they will just probably outblock him here. Yeah. 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 And this guy will probably move a square back after he blocks, because you need him free to chase. Anyone who tries to escape. How's the guy outside a KO? If that guy wasn't KO, and the other guy, the other guy had a wrench. I was wondering if he should have just rolled for the armor of the Amazon, but no, definitely not here. Awful. It would have been an awful decision. Okay, blockless block with a rush. Yeah, Cymob here was quite out of options, right? But to be honest, it's only his own fault because he did bad choices in the previous turn. If he had blitzed that guy with 2 dice and in the block piece, he would probably have very likely have been with someone through, and that would make probably 2 people through, like one here and one here, and Tripleskull's life defending would be much harder. Here it was just too easy to defend. I think we can move forward here. Only blocks. Not a lot that now he can do other than try to kill someone. But of course, I don't see. Okay, he will foul the Jaguar. Fortunately, didn't kill it, but got the Apo out of it. Try to go for a high value piece. This might probably go for a piece that would be more likely to be, or I would go for a foul with the Zans. They still have more people, so they can afford it. Okay, nice setup from both. Cymob's first turn plans seem to be a bit all over the place. Okay, now actually this was good. So this Zan is now tagging 2 of the laying down guys. I'm unsure why these are here and not here. Or here. And now Tripleskull build a line. Yeah, these are the very annoying hits that you want to throw it down. If you don't, you're in contact. And if this one only pushes or... Oh, he didn't block with this one? Wasn't that one still to be activated? Oh, he didn't want it. Yeah, okay, I know why. Because it's now touching 2 guards, so it's the same as not being in contact. Otherwise, it would touch the Lino, and that would be worse. KO into Apo. No Apo on either side now. I like the line. I really like the line with Nobles, Nurgle, and a few other teams. Orcs, even. Okay. Putting a lot of strength in one of the side. The defensives are very annoying on this matchup. Yeah, I like blitzing the Jaguar. Risky 1 dice, but I understand it. It needs to happen. Okay. Only 1 block for Cymob. 0 contacts. 2, 3, 4. It's down and KO. I think this part will be very much this, just both keeping position until Cymob decides it's time to advance. Yeah, interesting by Tripleskull. He didn't even move, so he had no good blitz. Maybe he could have a good blitz here, to be honest. But because if he moved these 2 guys forward, he could blitz with a tackle piece. right? When this moves back, it's very, very slow. Okay. No, because of this one. Yeah, it was hard to keep the line. Yeah, the Jaguar then moved. Yeah, no, he couldn't. He couldn't. With the Jaguar was there. I was forgetting the Jaguar was there. But that means it was also well played by Cymob, so right the position. No good blitzes. Okay. This one will advance and go to the back. He now has chosen a side. He's tagging the strong guys. Was he here? For sure. That's the question at this point. Not being very efficient at breaking armors, Tripleskull. Maybe he doesn't know he needs to roll an 8 plus to do it, so he rolled a 4. Oh, double skull. Yeah, at this point, probably if I'm either team, I'm already thinking of the overtime. I don't see. Oof. 1 in 81 here. This can change things. I was saying I was not seeing anything different happening. If this guy wasn't down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm tempted to rush this guy. And then 1. Hit this one, follow. No, I cannot follow. Because I know I cannot put someone here. So it's hard because of this one. So this one can come here. This one can hit this one there. This one could 1 dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rush. And this one could hit the ball. But then the ball goes here. Most likely here as well. But it's all a bit crap because there's no retrieval. Not sure if it's worth it. I maybe would try it without spinning reroll. So if anything failed, I would just accept it failed. But it's very hard not to be tempted by okay, a POW. A POW here really changes things because the POW to rush is it. Yeah. I would not reroll this. I don't know if Tripleskull will reroll it. He did not. I need rerolls for the overtime. You're already doing regaining position due to the fail from the other side. Yeah, he wanted to bring this here in order to make it safer, but I think the fail state of failing that dodge, if you're not willing to reroll, is a bit too big. I would probably haven't rerolled, so I would force activations here. This is annoying. The tackle piece dying. This is where I would start maybe tilting a bit. Still one of my biggest points for improvement, not tilting when things happen. Okay, good that the ogre didn't go down. Weird position right now. Well, this one will come. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oof. Dangerous. Okay. Probably tag this. Yeah. He did the same. Amazon Zor can be so bashy. You're not taking the blodger down. Hit and run. Is he going to potato? Oh no, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rush. Rush, okay, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can either blitz the ball and roll and pray for a 6, or you can try to go. Yeah, you cannot any longer. Yeah, probably just blitz this guy. Or just leave it and try to make some damage, to be honest. At this point, I'm maybe only thinking of the overtime. Once again, easier said than done. Okay. Intense. You wanted to do what? The 5+? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's it. Oof, another guy out. And it was a positional, it was a bodyguard. This is starting to hurt. This is really starting to hurt. I think at this point, Tripleskull really needs the ball in the overtime. He's of course not scoring a one-turner here. Cymob's more or less setting up for the timeout. Inconsequent reroll. Once again. And another pow. But no damage. Yeah. Mighty blow. I understand and I think it's 100% correct what Tripleskull just did here. I would never do it because my experience in these types of plays is always that the ogre will fall and die. I've had this happen. Of course, it's confirmation bias. I'm sure it worked very well sometimes, but my confirmation bias or negativity bias tells me that every time I do this, it's bad. And it's funny because I was commenting a match earlier this week for the Pial de Minotauro tournament, the team tournament in BB3, and the opponent of Hagar was playing North and did this with his Yeti, and he could. Hagar is playing vampires, the other guy is playing Norse, and he had a blitz on the leader, where he would 2 dice, and then if he didn't send him down, he had to rush, and because of the frenzy for the second block, and he did it. So he did like a skull push, rush 1, failed loner, dead Yeti. So I see this happening so often that I wouldn't do it, but I think it's the correct play here, right? So if the benefit, and it's of course there's the odds are much bigger of doing something to the Jaguar than to the ogre dying, killing itself. So the KOs came back. Yeah, that's good. That's very good for Tripleskull. If the KOs didn't come back, and he got the what? Oh, shows heads, Kanto is fails. Okay, I was seeing that Cymob had 1 and chose that Tripleskull would have the ball. This is what I don't like about overtime on Blood Bowl, is that it's a huge advantage for the receiving team. Pow pow, dead. Pow. Okay, good first turn. Safety, in case there's something crazy here. The blitz. Okay, wrestle it down. Still 3 rerolls for Tripleskull. So Tripleskull is attacking, has the ball, and has 3 rerolls over 1. So at this point, if there was a betting house on this match, I would be betting on Tripleskull. Well, I would be betting on him from the start. But at this point, I'm really betting on him. Really, still very sad I didn't get to play this final. But I'm the only one to blame, so. I can understand Cymob now trying to pressure a bit. Even if Tripleskull, he probably can accept that Tripleskull will score. It's very hard to stop this score, but if he can force him to do it earlier than later, it's very much better. Oh, good blitz with the ogre. This has been a good ogre, right? I still haven't seen any boneheads in this match. Has there been any bonehead? I'm not sure if I would not wrestle there. I think at this point, if you're the Amazons, you need to take those risks. You need to high roll to win this. I can understand the pressure in contact if something fails, but with 3 rerolls, this will probably work more in Tripleskull's favor than in Cymob's favor. But this was a good turn. Oof. Scary. Double skull with the ball. But it's the correct thing. Just scary when that happens. Failed dodge. No. Oh, why? He should probably tag this guy. I don't really understand why this one is here. I know he wants to block here, but still. An armor break. Very, very, very scary. And well played by Cymob. So I think I didn't agree with a few things that Cymob has done meanwhile. But I think overall it was very... He's been playing well as well. Okay, blitzing that guy over there. Papao here is huge. Take the other one. Really focus on tagging him. And the ball. Wait a turn for the sure hands guy to be back to life. Yeah, and there's a cage around the wall, which is quite nice. I think this is totally correct. And because this guy is also here, he cannot like push this guy to bounce the ball and try to get lucky, which he still should find a way of doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hit here probably. Nah, it would have failed in a way because he won in 9, but I think I would have hit this guy still. Okay. Now it feels a bit like, well, not that it's game over. Things can still happen, but it's now very, very, very hard for Cymob to do anything with these two down. Yeah. Okay, if I'm Cymob here, I just really want to get most of my team back. Not here. This guy, for me, it would definitely have to come here. There's already, all these people that were here will already move here and will not let the others. And he spent his last reroll on this double skull. Okay, this is still good. And a removal, scary. Oh, he has no reroll, so right now we're at the point where the wrestle piece is actually probably the most dangerous one. 1 in 9. So I would really want to focus on doing something to that wrestle piece. Tagging it, killing it. Just not letting it... Well, or keeping things out of reach for it, but... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The ball is between guards, which is quite nice. I am... yeah, I am... It's a very tricky one here, right? So if he doesn't block, then he can use 2 players. But it's not that easy, right? He needs to use 2 players and fill squares, either this or this or this, there. So he needs to fill squares to 2 dice this. And then, at best, let's say he uses this one and this one. One here. Another one here. He can hit here. And then this goes down here, and this can 1 dice blitz the ball. If he rolls a 1 in 6 in the bonehead or rolls a 1 in 9 in the block, then he gets 2 dice by the wrestle. I'm not sure what is better. I think that maybe not blocking would be slightly better. I would have to do the math on it. But at least it doesn't risk the bonehead. And without dodging, he cannot 2 dice the ball. And even with dodging, it's very hard because this square and that square will be occupied. Or this and this. So to move through here, he will still need to dodge or come 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2 could also do this, right? He could dodge to 2 dice the ball. So maybe blocking is better. Because he can, with just a dodge, he can 2 dice block anyway. If he knocks down the... No, if he pushes the ogre, he doesn't even need to knock out the ogre. No. I guess blocking was better. Wow, Tripleskull is really fast. But yes, I think I would block here and dodge. At this point, it's turn 7. I need to potato. I need to... there's no real scoring, so I would move probably this guy here first or something like this. Or just leave it back. I don't know. I just don't want the Amazons to score if this fails. Maybe just leaving it back is the best option. And then I need to dodge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need to take care of this wrestle somehow. Yeah, he can rush because he has rerolls. Cymob doesn't. 1 dice block here. I wouldn't reroll. Okay, he wants to reroll but to have this guy. I was just thinking that he might need the reroll. Yeah, but he really wants to tag the wrestle piece. So I think this is correct. And now he can tag the other one as well. And this feels like a win for Tripleskull at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No one can do anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think the wrestle piece needs to blitz. Four plus, 3 plus. Scary. Very scary. Oh, pushback. GG knows he still needs to dodge, but 89 times Tripleskull wins here. Not anymore. Cymob is making this hard. Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering if this was the best possible play. Well, he scored, he won. It's a 4+ with a reroll into a 3+. When? If he did 2 dice uphill here, it was essentially a 3+, better than a 3+, except that a boss down would still work because this doesn't have block, so it would be 3+, then 3+, 1. Oh, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think the 2 dice uphill here would have been better. Let's calculate. I tried in each analysis video to do a calculation at least once. Well, not in this case, it would be needed, but sometimes my Portuguese colleagues don't pay so much attention to that. So we have dodge, and it's 4+ dodge, 3+ dodge, and still 1 reroll, I think. No, he spent a reroll on the 1 dice block here, so it was without reroll, 0 rerolls. So it's a 61%. If we did a 2 uphill and a 3+, so there we had 61, and so let's say 2 uphill, 5 successes because only a skull is bad, and then a 3+ dodge with dodge. We have 61.72%, and the other one was how much? So it's probably the same because of the dodge, right? On the 61.72, and the other one was 61.11. So the very slightly better to 2 uphill into 3+ dodge. But almost really the same. It's down to 0.8 difference. So not probably wouldn't that wouldn't be the deciding factor, but it could be. It could be. So I think this was a great match, great win by Tripleskull. Congratulations, huge congratulations on winning the SuperLeague Cup. It's being on the SuperLeague, winning both the Premier Division and the SuperLeague Cup is very, very impressive. Let's hope next year Tripleskull doesn't win. Not because I don't want him to win, but because I'm on the Premier League and I want to win myself, which of course will be insanely hard. It's a very, very, very strong group of 8 people. Well, I slightly feel out of place on the championship. I really didn't feel out of place. But here, yeah, might be a bit too much for me to chew. I think it's Tripleskull, Joquero, Fabianel, Strider, Sigi, Bazakastin, who was on my division. He placed second on my division. And Strome, who won, I think, the other championship. Yeah, out of these people, I've only played Tripleskull, and it was on BB3. I played Joquero, and I played him on Fumble a few times, and also on Tabletop. I never won against Joquero. I drew in Fumble. Against Sigi, I only played once on Fumble, and I won. But he was playing a gnome, so doesn't count. Against Baza, I drew in the Super League this season. Even though I was very, very stupid, so I did a 3+ where I could just do a 2+ if I moved first, and I failed. I held a 1-2, so it would probably have worked. I would have won that match. Strider I never played. Fabianel I don't think I've ever played. Maybe in one of the tournaments, in one of the Fumble enough tournaments. So I'm very much looking forward. And Storm I never played, so I'm very, very, very much looking forward to this season and to play these people. And well, thanks for watching. If you watched the video, it's as always. I think I will probably take 20 minutes to do it, and it takes me 50 minutes because I tend to talk a lot when I watch games. But it's always very good for me because I really feel that I learn things while doing it, which is the most important when looking at Blood Bowl, getting better, learning. I'll really focus that. Okay, bye bye. See you.